This episode, we ride with honor for our veterans joining the 6th annual Seney, Michigan Veterans Snowmobile Ride. Then part 2 of the original MichCanSka Michigan to Alaska Snowmobile Ride, traveling through the wild side of the Canadian Yukon.
Can you see by the dawn?
In the heart of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Don and Diane Reed from the Fox River Motel in Seney are hosting the 6th annual Veterans Appreciation and Recognition Snowmobile Ride.
We got like 140 plus riders. We've got quite a few more that signed up that are not riding, and we will be back here right around 5 to 5:30. You can run about 80 miles. We're going in 7 different directions. And the most important thing is to take our time, have fun, take some time and meet the people in your group, and enjoy the ride.
Opening ceremonies for the ride are the raising of the military flags from the different service branches represented by the veterans, with a couple of World War II veterans still participating.
And I've been riding snowmobiles. This will be my 41st year. I got hooked on them when I was big game hunting up in the Yukon. So I had to get one when I come home. So,
thank you very much for your service, and thank you for coming and riding with us this year.
I need that. I'm taking my t-shirt back because in church there's a minister who was the youngest minister in World War II. He's 92 years old, and he sits in the same pew with me in church every year. And I said, I'm coming up here. He said, well, take some pictures.
Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. And enjoy the ride.
I will.
Veterans and non-veterans alike are invited and encouraged to attend the tribute ride. The riders are divided into groups and led over the frozen fields, swamps, and jeep trails that lead to the prime hunting and fishing grounds during the other seasons. Each of the groups are led through different routes to a section of private property located along the Fox River, known as the Eagle's Nest, where a lunch is hosted by the owners. I've been on a couple of the rides in the past and have made some amazing friends and met many that will become friends in the future. I took a moment or two at the Eagle's Nest and tried to find out who was here and where they came from.
This is Kurt. I'm Jesse, Dwayne, Matt. We're all from Hemlock.
My name is Brenda Cults and I'm from Allenton, Michigan.
Jim Cults from Allenton, Michigan.
Harold Beebe, Nobbin Way.
First time for me. Very good time. Second, excellent time.
Mary Pollard, Chesterfield, Michigan.
Don Pollard, Chesterfield, Michigan.
Harold Phillips, Valparaiso, Indiana.
Jay Osterberg, Escanaba.
Dale Osterberg, Gladstone.
Speedy from Ubley.
My name is Tom Drink, and this is Dick Gearlings and Jim Kaywood.
How are you?
With the Buns.
Now, if we get diarrhea in a half hour, we're coming back on you down. Thanks a bunch, guys. We'll see you tonight. Thanks.
At the end of the ride, there is a banquet dinner that is hosted by the Seney Snowmobile Association.
It's a record, and we are still the largest snowmobile veterans ride in the United States. Okay, the best that we're going on, and the number of riders that we have officially was 173. So I don't know who won that bet.
During the non-winter seasons, Alger County, Michigan is famous for its hunting and sport fishing grounds. Up next on SnowTrails TV, the MichCanSka snowmobile journey continues with the wild buffalo and perilous adventures in the Canadian Yukon territories.
Closed captioning is provided by the International Snowmobile Congress. SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by the New York State Snowmobile Association, dedicated to improving our sport.
Diva Snow Gear is your source for women's snowmobile apparel, gear, and accessories. Diva Snow Gear was created for women, by women, and offers an attractive yet functional alternative to your standard snowmobile gear for women. With our feminine, slim, and sleek design, we'll keep you looking fabulous while staying warm and dry. Get yours today at www.divasnowgear.com or check with your local dealer.
R&R Trailers is the quality manufacturer of custom-built aluminum snowmobile, ATV, car, and recreational utility trailers. R&R Trailers are lighter weight than comparable steel trailers and will never rust. R&R Trailers has manufacturer direct pricing and factory direct sales to give you the lowest possible trailer price when you shop the bottom line. Call now or visit online, rnrtrailers.com, to learn more about your next recreational sport utility trailer.
The American Council of Snowmobile Associations wants to remind and invite all snowmobilers to become members of their state snowmobile association. Being a member of your state snowmobile association is important to secure the future and growth of organized snowmobiling. Without your state snowmobile association, your rights to access trails could easily disappear. To support organized snowmobiling, visit snowmobilers.org for your state association's contact information.
In the northwest corner of Wyoming, buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togety Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country. The New York State Snowmobile Association wants to invite everybody to have safe family fun this winter and go snowmobiling. Being a member of a snowmobile club will save you money. Pay just $45 for your New York State snowmobile registration. Being a snowmobile club member, there are many member benefits and partnership discount programs available that will help you get the most out of your recreational dollar. Visit the New York State Snowmobile Association website for information about how to find a local snowmobile club that will gladly help introduce you to snowmobiling.
SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by Nelson's Speed Shop. Located in Greenville, Michigan, Nelson's Speed Shop has it all. SnowTrails TV is also sponsored by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations. ACSA is your voice for snowmobiling on national issues.
Who would have ever thought that in northern Canada we would run out of snow? But if there was ever a place to load up the sleds and trailer north, this was the perfect place to enjoy the majestic views that the Canadian Rockies are famous for. After 14 days in a row riding the snowmobile, this really was a welcome break and time to enjoy the drive. Beautiful Muncho Lake is home to the Northern Rockies Lodge and everything you could want from a Canadian outfitter. And someday I'll have to come back and enjoy these areas during a different time of the year.
I got one. This is sweet.
No, right now I got a chain case issue. Hopefully I get some parts at a dealer in the next town.
While there was enough snow that one could have rode a snowmobile, this being the first time to the area, we had no real idea what to expect. We were on a mission to ride over the top of the world highway in the wintertime. One of the best stops along the entire Alaska Highway is the fabulous Laird River Hot Springs, located in the Laird River Hot Springs Provincial Park, north of Muncho Lake. Relaxation seeps into your body as you ease into the second largest hot spring in Canada. There are 2 hot springs at the Laird, with water temperatures ranging from 107 to 126 degrees Fahrenheit.
We've been a lot of time driving, pulling snowmobiles on the trailer.
Well, we soaked today in the hot springs. We've been doing a little sightseeing, took some pictures. We got animals, we got moose, caribou, deer. Mountains are beautiful. Beautiful. Sunlight off the snow.
Snow angels?
The only thing we haven't seen is any sheep yet. We're looking for some sheep. We've had a good time.
Even in the depths of winter, which lasts 8 months here, the hot springs provide relief to weary Alaskan-bound travelers and adventurers after a long day on the road. It would be crazy to bypass this natural phenomenon without stopping. We had heard about the rare woodland buffalo living and traveling along the Alaska Highway during the winter, and finally we would see and visit this herd that lived on the Canadian wild side. There are 2 types of buffalo. One is the plains buffalo or American bison that is famous for its large herds that nearly went extinct during the Wild West days. This is a protected species. With only a couple thousand left, some may never get to see this sight.
Don't see this every day. You got these down in Ohio?
I got a neighbor who raises some buffalo.
This looked like a healthy herd with young and old fat buffalo. The biggest threat other than wolves to these animals is living right along the highway. Every season I am told a dozen or so buffalo become traffic accident statistics. Out here, that can become a big problem, hitting one of these massive mammals. Catching this sunset on the way to Teslin seemed almost planned. It was a peaceful reminder of the day that would probably never happen again for any of us. The hot springs, wood bison, beauty of the Yukon, and the mild weather has MichCanSka living up to its motto, a trip of a lifetime.
My name is Ed Clem. I'm president of the International Snowmobile Manufacturers Association. I'm pleased to let you know that snowmobiling is a growing, fun family sport worldwide. Research shows us that the vast majority of people want to recreate outdoors in the winter, and the majority of those want to go snowmobiling. As a matter of fact, the same research shows that on a scale of 1 to 10, most interested folks rate snowmobiling interest as a 9. When asked why people go snowmobiling, the same 4 answers come up every time. Number 1 is to be with family and friends. Number 2, to enjoy great, beautiful scenery. 3, to enjoy the great outdoors. Number 4, to do something challenging, a little different. The snowmobiling community is pleased to announce the 3rd annual Take a Friend Snowmobiling campaign. It will be held this February. All snowmobilers are invited to go snowmobiling at the state or county level. Just contact a snowmobiling friend or a dealer to participate.
SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by the New York State Snowmobile Association, dedicated to improving our sport. In the Native American language of Shoshone, the word Togety means, "From here, you go anywhere. Come to Togety Mountain Lodge."
The New York State Snowmobile Association wants to invite everybody to have safe family fun this winter and go snowmobiling. Being a member of a snowmobile club will save you money. Pay just $45 for your New York State snowmobile registration. Being a snowmobile club member, there are many member benefits and partnership discount programs available that will help you get the most out of your recreational dollar. Visit the New York State Snowmobile Association website for information about how to find a local snowmobile club that will gladly help introduce you to snowmobiling. southwest corner of Wyoming, buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togarty Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country.
In the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, Old Forge, New York is the place for family fun and snowmobiling. Old Forge's trail system connects with all major snowmobile trail systems in central and upstate New York. If you want to explore, find the deep powder, and get off the trail, we have that too. After the ride, there are plenty of shops, food, and fun in historic Old Forge to accommodate any taste. Come visit Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains.
After being paid a visit from man's best friend, it seems like an omen that we're finally about to be on the trail. 5.5 days in the truck without being on a snowmobile, it was time. One of the best parts of the trip has been the wildlife. Just about everywhere you look, you can find some. This lynx really didn't mind sharing the road with us, as long as we were 10 yards or so away. Well, let's get back to snowmobiling. It promises to be an intriguing day.
We've been trailering for quite a while to get up here. We're in the Yukon territory now. We're headed out to Ross River. They say it's about 145 miles. And these sleds, we don't know what the conditions are. These sleds only run about 130 miles, 140 miles to a tank of gas, so I'm not sure.
I'm looking forward to it. 140 miles, I can do it standing up.
Oh, this is beautiful country up here. It's gorgeous. After 5.5 days in the truck with these guys, it'd be great being on the trail. I think I'll probably just go right off all by myself. Maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't.
So I'm packing extra gas. I have all my survival gear. The weather's been really very, very mild. You know, almost enough that I wouldn't think that I need to bring all this stuff with me, but you never know what can happen when you get out into the bush country up here in northern Canada. The anticipation level of all was high, and everyone was ready to have a wonderful ride through part of the Canadian Yukon. Group 1 had traveled this route 4 days ago, and it had some problems with the trail not being recently opened up, and had to call in for a rescue crew from Ross River. They were less than 20 miles from completing the 150-mile trip.
We left Johnson Crossing at 10 in the morning. The first 90 miles was easy. I will say easy. The trail was easy to find.
Group 2 had ridden this 2 days ago and easily completed the trek through the Pelly Pass in less than 7 hours. We expected to arrive around 4 or 5 p.m., well before dark, and for once arriving in time for a good meal and relaxation.
From what we're told, it was supposed to be a great adventure, which it turned out to be.
Nice of it to start snowing, although you can't see all them mountains.
Yeah.
Moved out after a while. A little rough there at first, but then after that it started to snow really bad. And it was a sleet type snow. You could hear it hitting your helmet.
As one can imagine, there is not a lot of sled traffic on the trails in the Yukon. We paid little attention to the warning signs that close this road during the winter for sled traffic only.
People are getting stuck. A lot.
And my sled was probably 50 feet off the trail on top of a bush where I had gotten stuck. And I trudged back there and I pushed the button on mine. And I got the sat phone out and I dialed it and I got a hold of Jeremy at the command center. And I told him what our situation was. And he got a hold of Pete Patella in Dawson.
The trail issue really comes from the fact there is only a packed path wide enough for the sled. Either side of the 44-inch traveled path is about 3 feet of sugar snow, a very loose, unpackable snow waiting for us like quicksand. The previously packed down tracks had vanished with a new day's snowfall.
It never felt like it was a hopeless situation to me. It just was a lot of work. And we knew after we got into the ride for a little bit, after what had happened, we knew it was going to be a continuation of the same thing.
Nobody was really prepared or expected conditions like this. This was turning into one of those reality survival TV shows pretty quickly.
We're 89 miles from where we started this morning. Yes, and we're at the Upper Sheep Creek. Every time we move, we get stuck.
You get one sled unstuck and the other one stuck. Can't keep digging sleds out. Huh?
How long ago did they start?
Sleds out and go 5 feet, dig sled out again.
Before we got my sled out back there.
That's a half an hour?
With Wes, who is one of the strongest, now with a back injury from pulling on sleds, and everyone just exhausted to the point of collapse, our drinking water nearly gone, we had to dig in, regroup, and think about the 60 miles to go. A very dismal feeling being in the Canadian Yukon wild as the night crept in on us.
Been this kind of problem before.
As dusk fell, a couple of the guys walked up the hill to see if there was a better place to stay until a rescue could get to us.
Yeah, I know them guys are up around the corner.
I think we need to get out of the wind, and I think we definitely need to get a good fire going. It's going to be tricky, though, I'll tell you that. It's tight. But we got to go to the top of the hill, irregardless. When the guy gets here or on our own, we got to go to the top of the hill.
How long till they say they could come?
It could be hours yet. You have no way of knowing, unless they're carrying a satellite phone also.
With the path up the hill now walked, and the uncomfortable cold and darkness taking over, we decide to slowly keep moving forward. Walking a diagonal route to find the edge, traveling 30 yards before doing it again. In 4 hours, we traveled 2 more painfully slow miles. It was midnight before we saw the big rescue sleds and knew that we were not going to spend the night in the snow cave and endure a pure overnight survival experience in the Yukon.
We were very much relieved when the help finally got there. The satellite phones worked excellent, and Ross River, a couple guys finally came out, and it was like a great relief was lifted off our shoulders, that now at least we had a path to follow back.
In the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, Old Forge, New York is the place for family fun and snowmobiling. Old Forge's trail system connects with all major snowmobile trail systems in central and upstate New York. If you want to explore, find the deep powder, and get off the trail, we have that too. After the ride, there are plenty of shops, food, and fun in historic Old Forge to accommodate any taste. Come visit Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains.
R&R Trailers is the quality manufacturer of custom-built aluminum snowmobile, ATV, car, and recreational utility trailers. R&R Trailers are lighter weight than comparable steel trailers and will never rust. R&R Trailers has manufacturer direct pricing and factory direct sales to give you the lowest possible trailer price when you shop the bottom line. Call now or visit online, rnrtrailers.com, to learn more about your next recreational sport utility trailer.
The American Council of Snowmobile Associations wants to remind and invite all snowmobilers to become members of their state snowmobile association. Being a member of your state snowmobile association is important to secure the future and growth of organized snowmobiling. Without your state snowmobile association, your rights to access trails could easily disappear. To support organized snowmobiling, visit snowmobilers.org for your state association's contact information.
In the northwest corner of Wyoming, Buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togarty Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country.
Diva Snow Gear is your source for women's snowmobile apparel, gear, and accessories. Diva Snow Gear was created for women, by women, and offers an attractive yet functional alternative to your standard snowmobile gear for women. With our feminine, slim, and sleek design, we'll keep you looking fabulous while staying warm and dry. Get yours today at www.divasnowgear.com or check with your local dealer.
SnowTrails TV is sponsored by Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains. We invite you to come to Old Forge, New York. SnowTrails TV is also sponsored by R&R Trailer, factory direct custom aluminum trailers to haul all your toys. By Nelson's Speed Shop, located in Greenville, Michigan, Nelson's Speed Shop has it all. SnowTrails TV is also sponsored by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations. ACSA is your voice for snowmobiling on national issues. The American Council of Snowmobile Associations, ACSA, is a national organization that was formed to unite the snowmobile community. Because snowmobiling is enjoyed by millions across the United States, it was imperative that a strong national organization be formed. ACSA is your voice for snowmobiling on national issues. Many snowmobilers are mistaken when they think national issues have no impact on them. Across the United States, there are thousands and thousands of miles of snowmobile trails on public and private lands. Long-term use of these lands is no longer certain. Only the unified voice of the entire snowmobile community will help to guarantee the continuation of our sport. We cannot do this without the help and participation of all snowmobilers. Assure the future of snowmobiling. Become a member of your state snowmobile association and help ACSA unify snowmobiling today.
We're looking forward to seeing you on the trails this winter and hope you'll take a friend snowmobiling. Visit SnowTrailsTV.com for more great snowmobiling video and informational links about organized snowmobiling. SnowTrails TV is looking for new destinations to shoot this winter and welcomes your suggestions and ideas. I'm Video Mike, reminding snowmobilers there is no center line and the right side is mine. Help keep the peace on the trails.